Indeed, the city of Wuhan is getting back to life, and many major shopping malls in downtown Wuhan are opening to the public one by one. And right now I am at the entrance of one of the biggest shopping streets in Wuhan. But before you go in there, you have to show the security officials this health code. This health code enables the authorities to track users' health status and their travel. So first off, I show it to them, and then here, before entering, I'm going to have my temperature tested. So, it's a bit low. It's about 36.2 degrees Celsius. So I'm good to go. Now, after all these procedures are done, I'm able to enter the shopping streets. On Monday, about 80% of the shops at the shopping street opened to public, but still many of them imposed limits on how many customers could enter. And many shopkeepers set up dispensers for hand sanitizers and checked customers on their signs of fever. A little bit more information about the city getting back to normal, that buses and public transportations and subways have started to run last week, and train stations in the city have also opened, so bringing more thousands of people into the city. And this week, visitors in Wuhan are required to report how they arrive and why, the reason for visiting the city, and hotel guests are required to get checked twice a day for any signs of fever. And also passengers who want to get on board on public transports like buses and subways will have to scan a code when they get on board, and then they'll have their body temperatures checked and get off and scan the code again when they get off the bus and subways. This is part of the city's public transport real name registration system, which enables those public transportation companies to track their passengers. Okay, now as you can see here, the city, the shops here at the streets are all open. It's in the middle of the day. We see many people have already arrived in here. Keep some distance from each other. Not too many of them, because the city is still under lockdown, even though the border of Hubei province have opened to the outside on March the 25th, but the city still remain locked down and will open to the rest of the country on April the 8th. Now, all the shops here are open, but some, like some restaurants and tea houses and cafes, are still closed. Take this one, for example. We see that the store hours for this one is from Monday to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. And we see some staff working inside. However, we cannot order anything here. If you want to drink coffee, you have to scan this code by takeout service, have it delivered to you at work or at home. So this is how food stores and cafes work in here. It's quite different from what we saw when we first arrived in Wuhan over 2 months ago. Now, even though there are not too many people on the streets, but still it's very easy to sense their joy. You don't see too much panics anymore. And right now, the city of Wuhan is reviving its manufacturing, retailing, and many other industries, while at the same time taking precautionary measures to prevent the spike of infection as people return to work, and also risks of further spreading of the virus by sporadic, imported, and asymptomatic cases still exist. So we are close to declaring the victory over the epidemic outbreak, but still we have a lot of work to do. But after all, still quite happy to see that the situation here in Wuhan is getting back to normal.